Welcome back to the podcast, ladies and gentlemen. I am your host, JVaz, and you're watching the JVaz Show. Today's show is going to be a good one. I'm joined by Houston, Texas artist, DJ, Hussle, you name it, Mr. Wired Up. That's right, we'll be talking about his upcoming projects. We'll be talking about everything that goes on behind the scenes with the DJing life. We'll be talking about Trae The Truth, that, and much more on the JVaz Show. Baby, let's go.
3, 2, 1.
Ladies and gentlemen, let's go! Hit it! Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the JVaz Show.
And welcome back to the podcast, ladies and gentlemen. I am your host, JVaz, and I'm joined by our guest today from Houston, Texas, DJ from Onyx, the head DJ at Onyx. Also an artist, been putting in work for a couple years. Well, not for a couple years. That's an understatement. Putting in work for
almost a decade.
For a decade. We were just talking about how long it's been since I heard Put It in the Air.
Yeah.
The one and only Mr. Wired Up. What's up, man?
What's happening?
Chilling, man. So shit. Before we started recording, we were talking about, how I heard of that track, Put It in the Air, back when I was in school. All I said was, it's a track from when I was in school, and you already knew what I was talking about.
I knew what it was because everybody said it. Like, man, I remember you had a song that Put It in there. Yeah, man, that's the song, and I already know what you're saying before you said it because that was like one of my hottest records. Like it really put my name up to everybody now because now that's how everybody knows me.
Yeah.
Like DJs, people that grew up, that's younger than me that grew up that know the song. So it's just like. I actually made a name for myself with that song. So it's like you can't forget that song and forget me at the same time because I pretty much coined the whole "put it in the air" phrase.
Yeah.
So
and then one thing, we're gonna talk about your music here in a second. But one thing that I've always, when I hear your music, your voice is different. Like you can, as soon as you hear the Mr. Wired Up, oh boy, like you know who it is, like. Because what I'm trying to say is there's a lot of Houston artists that kind of, I guess they're influenced by, Trae. They're influenced by Zero, and they're influenced by them so much that you can hear them in their music.
Yeah.
And with your music, it's like, it's different. It's different. So we're going to talk about that here in a second. But before we get into that, man, for the people who might not be familiar, who is Mr. Wired Up?
Man, Mr. Wired Up is the most widest up in the club. So I'm like I said, I'm the head DJ, Club Onyx. I'm also an artist. I was an artist before I was a DJ. So I've worked with a lot of people, and it's me. I'm like I've been the same. When you first meet me, I'll be the same when you last meet me. I'm still like I consider myself one of the coolest people in Houston because like anybody can talk to me and call me and ask me anything they want to talk about, and I'm talk like, some people might call it friendly, but I'm approachable, so to speak. So,
and I think you need that. You need that to network with people, to be likable for people. Because if you're just an asshole to everybody, then you fade away quick.
Because at first, when I first started doing music, like I started doing like my first record deal I had, I was like 20. I was a sophomore at Prairie View, and I didn't like talking to people. I didn't know how to approach DJs. I didn't know how to approach artists. I never talked. Like I when it came down to me performing, I perform, but I won't go talk to nobody to be like, hey, this is my record, can you play it type deal. So I basically grew out of it. So like now it's like anywhere I go, I'm gonna talk to. If it's a DJ, he getting talked to.
See, and you think two things that you touched on there that I want to talk about. The first one, I didn't know you went to Prairie View. We grew up in Hempstead.
Oh,
like, I mean, it's right there.
I got family out there.
Yeah, yeah, we grew up out there in Hempstead. And the other one, you know how you were saying, you used to not walk up to people and tell them, hey, check out my record. Do you feel like sometimes that happens to artists, not lack confidence, but they're still kind of unsure, like, shit, what?
It's still. I call it the no factor because a lot of artists scared of no, or I don't like this, or I don't want to hear it, or just how different DJs, tend to respond to somebody coming to them and saying, hey, can you check out my music? You know what I'm saying? So it's just like I really got to the point where like I kind of found a way for me to approach DJs.
Yeah.
So it's like I do the same thing to every DJ because I'm a DJ.
Yeah.
So I introduce myself as a DJ. Then I'm an artist. I got a record, and so we get to talking like I know how it is to be a DJ when people come to you. So it is like I don't like say you're a DJ and you DJ like, hey man, I got a record. Let me get your email. Woo, woo. I don't stand by the DJ the whole night. Like, hey man, go ahead, drop that real quick. Go ahead. I don't do that. I'll get your info, see you the record, and I'm done that today. It's up to you if you gonna play it now or if you gonna play it, whenever. But I'ma always check back with a DJ I just meet. Like, hey, what's going on? Everything cool with you? Like, check out the record, man. Don't even trip. I just came to chill at the spot. I ain't even, I don't harass DJs like that. But
were you in Prairie around the time that what's the DJ's name?
Rogers.
Yeah, Mr. Rogers.
We was all there together. Me, Rogers, DeRoe, Superstar. Like I came out of that era because I graduated in 2007.
Okay.
So I was Rogers was there. I want to say his senior year was my freshman year. So like I pretty much seen Rogers the entire time at Prairie View.
Y'all still keep in touch?
Yeah,
y'all
we
still
still
cool?
keep in touch. That's the homie. That's the homie. So yeah.
So let me ask you this, Mr. Wired Up. How did that name come about?
That name came from my very first song. Before I Put It in the Air, I did a song called You Wired Up. And my original name was KB at the 713.
KB, yeah.
That was my original name. So when I dropped You Wired Up, when people saw me, I had a big buzz on the south side with it. That's how I worked it. So when people saw me, they'd be like, what's up, Mr. Wired Up? What's up, Mr. Wired Up?
Yeah.
So it was just like, well, let me change my name to Mr. Wired Up. That seemed to stick. So it was like, at first it was like KB, a.k.a. Mr. Wired Up. Then I dropped KB, and then I just
Mr. Wired
kept
Up.
Mr. Wired Up.
That's, because of the style of the music, when I hear it, it's like, okay, Mr. Wired Up. Like, it's always like up-tempo music. Like, it gets you wired up.
I have fun. It's like a lot of my music is like, it's like real life fun to me. Like everything in the songs now, and whether it be, a strip club record or whatever record, is like actual things that I do or I see or I go on with me.
Yeah.
I don't want to be like everybody out here now either doing trap music or real life music. It's too much depression going on.
Yeah.
So I tend to have fun with everything I do.
See, and I think that's important, especially with music, because I feel like if you're just doing it for, obviously we all want to make money, but if you're just doing it for the money itself and you're not having fun, the love that you have for music kind of fades away.
It kind of leaves. It's not even fun no more. You just doing it just to do it. Like this is like a lifestyle for me now. Like,
yeah.
So I have fun with it.
And when you say that, I go back and start thinking about even your video Walked In, where at the beginning it's kind of funny, like the little girls just throw a party. Well, I have my uncle's phone, and then at the end when you go in there and they're like, man, what'd you say? Anybody got a chance for $1? Yeah.
So I have fun. Even with the Walked In video, it's like I didn't want to just make it too serious where, it wasn't fun because the Walked In record is a fun record. So that's why I had the kids in there dancing. So we had like a real house party. Like it actually turned into a real house party. Like we had 92 people in a high-rise apartment. So like they had already called the fire department. They had called all these people. We had 92 people. So all they saw was pizza boxes and Corona bottles everywhere. So it's just like, but I had fun with it though. Like I have fun with this music. Like it's a lot of people lost lives for the music. You know what I'm saying? Due to dumb things. But I try to have fun. Like anybody know me know I'm a fun person. I'm always have fun.
Yeah. Yeah, and like I said, I think that's very important. Like I said, I can see it in your videos. You're just having a good time. So you're telling us you're the head DJ at Club Onyx. Mm-hmm. How did that come about from your music? How did you become a DJ from just being an artist?
Well, I will start from the beginning. When a friend of mine started working at a strip club, they had just opened, and our studio happened to be right around the corner. So she called, she like, hey, I'm at a new club, come check it out. Cool. So we leave the studio, we go around the corner, we meet the owners and all that. So the first job we had, me and my cousin, who was actually one of my producers, they gave us a job passing out flyers. So we would go out every night, pass our flyers for the club. We'd be at the club every night, leave the club and go to the studio.
Basically club promoter.
Yeah, so we one night I came in and the owner was DJing. So I walked in, I said, hey, let me dibble dab on it. So he let me do it, and ever since then, like I just been like I had to teach myself how to DJ. Like I didn't have nobody sit down like, all right, this is what you do, this is what you do. Like I taught myself on it. Like my homeboy DJ Husky out of Galveston, he taught me the lingo of the strip club. Like, up top and, two piece and all. He taught me the lingo. My first night I worked by myself, he called me like, how was your night? I said, man, it was good. He said, you got your money? I was like, yeah, they paid me. He said, you got your money from the girls? I was like, got my money from the girls. He said, you supposed to get tip out. I was like, oh, I'm supposed to get money from them? He's like, yes.
See, I didn't know that.
Exactly. So, you get your money. So then, I learned him and I started doing me pretty much. So the fun I have fun when I DJ. So I did the same thing. I learned the hustle of the strip club from DJ Eric, because I was DJ Eric's DJ for a while. So I learned the hustle. He showed me how to make more money hustling as a strip club DJ. So it's like I learned it, put all that together, and just did me. I taught myself how to DJ, like scratching and bringing it back and all that. I taught myself that part, just messing around.
Yeah.
So, but as far as like helping me with the music, like I get a lot of connects. When people find out I DJ, and then that I'm an artist also. So then it work out both ways. So it's like if you are a major artist, I'm working the record. And I break the record. I mean, whatever you need, man, I need a feature. Oh yeah, I got you. Whatever you need me on, send it to me. Bet. Okay, cool. I got it. So a lot of the times they still help me both ways. So it just work out like that. Some people can't pull it off because they don't really break records. But I broke a lot of records to the point where people trust my judgment on music now.
Yeah.
So
yeah. So how has being a DJ, how has that helped you as an artist? I mean, obviously you get an idea of what's popping at the strip club, but do you feel like that's helped you as an artist, and how has it helped you as an artist?
It really helped me because I get so much music, so I hear so many different genres of music. So like me, I'm a writer also. So it's like if I get a song and I like it and I play it, and I watch the crowd, like, okay, well, I need to make one of these songs and see how I can, put my own twist on a song like this. Or if it's, whether it's an up-tempo record, slow record, whatever, it really helped me because then I can learn what people are gravitating towards at that time. Since music changed so much, it won't never stay the same for a while. So a song will be hot for 6 months and it'll die, and then the style will change to a whole nother style. So I get to see that, whether I'm still going to push that style or am I going to move with everybody else like it.
Yeah.
So
with that being said, do you feel like that's something that has hurt Houston in a way? Because we had our time back in 05, 06 when we had Still Tippin' and we had
that
Slim
was my
Thug,
era. I was in
Mike
that era.
Jones. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like that was the time when Houston just blew up. We were everywhere. Do you feel like that's been a struggle for Houston moving on? Because we got our style and we haven't moved on to the new styles.
We have our style. It's just that people. And I feel like a lot of artists, they see something working and they feel like they need to do that for it to work. So, if say for instance, when the Migos first came out, now then everybody started rapping like that. Everybody started rapping like that. So then, like, my homeboy like Sauce Walker. When Sauce Walker started rapping how he rapped, then everybody started rapping like Sauce Walker.
Yeah.
So then, like, when you had Future with auto-tune, everybody wants to sound like Future, use auto-tune. So, I mean, people try to change, but certain things don't work for everybody. Those people went a different route with their styles versus you do what you do and just blast out what you doing versus you copying somebody else's style and trying to do the exact same thing and not make it do you as far as doing their style.
Yeah.
But Houston, we always had our own culture, and people either they scared to use the culture because they feel like people don't gravitate it, but you got to think the whole world it got something to do with Houston. Like we was the ones, candy paint, double cups and all that. Now everybody, you see all the rappers that's from out of town, they got double cups and all that. Like we started all that.
And even up to date, like everybody want to have the screwed up version of the album, of their mixtapes.
Everybody wants to have a screwed and chop version because a lot of people came down to Texas and they grew up on screw music, whether it been DJ Screw or been Watts and OG. But you know, we got our own culture that we really surviving on right now because a lot of people don't understand that we still got a big part of the music culture in the world.
Yeah.
You know, so that's just me. Like I've been the same me since I first started. You know, I never went with the times and nothing. Like when I first came out, I was fight music. Put It in the Air to me was fight music because when you play Put It in the Air, you play Lil Jon, you play Scrappy, you play Crime. I was fight music at the time.
Yeah.
And my style didn't change. It's just how and what I was rapping about. So now I had to sit down for a minute and find me. Like, what can I do different that nobody else is doing that I can.
What separates me from others?
So that's why I started. When I started working at that strip club, me and my cousin went back to the studio one night, and I was like, man, what if we make theme songs for all the strippers? And he was like, what you mean? I said, we make a song for each one of these strippers, and they gonna dance to it every night because I'm the DJ. And I get that, like, I literally made a song for every dancer with their name in it, and they danced to it every night. And they took them, wherever they worked, they took the song with them. Like, I want to dance to this when I go on stage because their names was in it.
Yeah.
So I was like, well, man, I think I need to start doing strip club music because at the time everybody was doing twerk music. I wasn't too big on twerking because I was in the strip club. So I made strip club music. So that's how I really took over the game with strip club. So now everybody want to bring their music to the strip club. Instead of them saying it's a twerk record, man, I got this mean strip club record you can play. Now it's a strip club record.
Strip club record,
So
yeah. It's not a twerking track no more.
It's not a twerking track no more. It's a strip club record. So I just like, I had to find a lane for me that I could do without, nobody was doing. That's why they, the whole genre thing, they gave me a genre called strip hop. So like strip hop. So it's just like that's me now. Like I can say like, yeah, I do strip hop. Nigga, like, what's strip hop? It's strip club music.
Strip club music, shit. So talking about how you're a DJ, you're an artist, you have a family. How do you find a balance? Because that sounds like a lot of work. Like,
Man,
you know what I mean?
It's because I have 5 kids.
Woo.
So I have 5. I have 4 girls and a boy. My boy is my oldest. So it's just me and him.
Yeah.
All
Man,
other
you started off with a bang with a boy and then with nothing but girls.
Nothing but girls. But so it's like I be real busy, but I always find time like on the weekends to let them come to the house. They'll come to the house. We'll all be at the house, whether we hanging out or whether they just at the house. But I'm one of the ones like I don't like to, especially like my girls. My oldest girl is 8, my youngest is 4. I don't like getting my daughters and then have to do something and be like, oh, I need somebody to watch them real quick. So only time I get them is when I know for sure I don't have a lot to do. If I don't have a lot to do, then I'm good because my son watches them because he the oldest, because he 13.
Yeah.
So, but I juggle it good because they like especially my daughters. My daughters is my biggest fans because my 2 oldest, every time that we do the father-daughter dance at their school, they go to the DJ. You need to play my daddy's song. It's called Walked In. And luckily the DJs, all the DJs have it. So like, yeah, I know your daddy. And they play Walked In at all the parties. So I love my kids. That's been my motivation for everything. So
that's good, yeah. That's good. And also that you have a family that supports you, your daughters being your fans. That's got to be a pretty cool feeling. If tomorrow your daughters or your son decide to do music, would you let them to become an artist?
I would, because everybody like, your kids doing music? I'd be like, well, I actually got 2 cheerleaders, a gymnast, and a young one that want to be a cheerleader like her sister, but she like to draw and write, so she might be a writer. I don't know, but whatever they want to do, I'm gonna support, regardless. Because I was in the band. I've been in the band since I was in 3rd grade, all the way up to Prairie View. I was in the band, so I've been doing music.
Yeah, been involved.
So I did sports, I ran track, did football, basketball. I was in everything growing up, chess club, whatever, just to keep my mind occupied.
Yeah.
So, as long as they doing something that make them, happy in what they want to do, I'm going to support.
You have the tracks with Big O. You have the tracks with Trae The Truth. To me, those are people that, we would listen to, when we were younger. Yeah. And how does that make you feel as an artist? Like this is dope, man. I got to work with, with some legends. Like
it was when we first did Put It in the Air. It was an original version, and it was just me, Wonders, and a homeboy of mine, Short Texas. Then we ended up adding a little O on it, and so we added a little O on it. And then I went on tour with Lil O. So I actually went on 2 tours with Lil O. So, excuse me, when we went on tour, O didn't realize how big this record was about to be.
Yeah.
So he was just like, yeah, the label put you on tour, be cool. All right, I'm gonna introduce you when you go out and do your song, then I'm gonna do my set. So it's just like, I'm on the road. So after, we go on the road, we come back to Houston. We go on the road, come back to Houston. So every time he went out and we got back to Houston, he'd hear the song. So then O called me one night, he said, man, that song blowing up, KB, man, you got you one. So then it got to the point where now we on the road, and O coming down, and he performing the song with me. So it's just like, it worked. O gave me a lot of advice on the road. Like, O gave me a lot of advice. And I always be grateful to the O for all the advice he gave me as far as being an artist. Because I grew up under Hawk. I grew up under Hawk and Pat because we from the same neighborhood. Yeah. So them was like my big brothers. And I wasn't even doing music at the time. They was doing the music at the time. So, you know, I grew up under them. I looked up to Lil Flip also. Because, like, Flip. My first style of rapping was Lil Flip style of rapping. Yeah. So that's how I rap when I first, before I even made songs, that's how I was rapping. So, you know, a lot of the HUC members have been like a big influence on me. Like, I don't know how many people can really say like they've actually sat in a room with these people when you not doing music. You know, just on some, you in the room with them, we just talking. You know, O, ESG, Flip, Hawk, Pat. I just, like, for me to sit down and be able to say I done sat in the room and talk with Hawk, or I done sat in the room and talk with Pat. You know, it's like, that's like most of these artists' dreams. You know what I'm saying? Like, nobody really, a lot of people didn't really get a chance to sit down and talk to Pat. A lot of people didn't get a chance to sit down and talk to Hawk unless you was around, you know, older than me and you knew them people. You know, I got the chance to meet a lot of the legends, man, and I really look up to them. Like, people say that, but I actually look up to them.
And it's cool of them to also, you know, like you said, sit down and talk to you, you know, teach you about the game. That's also pretty dope of them, because there are a lot of artists that, fuck you, like, you know, it took me hard work. Like,
the legends ain't showing us no love now. The legends gonna give you the game, and you just gotta work it. Everything ain't handed to nobody. Like, the stuff I've been doing, nothing was handed to me. I didn't have no big homies putting money behind me. I didn't have nobody say, here go 20,000, you can do it. Nah, all this been me and my team. You know, I worked hard to get my name to where it is. To where people like, hey, Wired Up, we need you to listen to this project and let us know what single we need to push, or to check out the song and, you know, give us a fit. Like, people appreciate my opinion now, because like I said, I've broken so many records, or, you know, gave somebody like, hey, this is the song you need to put out, and this is what you need to do in ABC. Then they do it and they see it work, man. Wired Up told me to do that. I know, because I didn't did it. So I'm not gonna tell you no wrong advice. You know, I tell, like going back to talking to DJs, I tell artists all the time, talk. I went to a hookah spot the other night. Never been there in my life. It's off of Highway 6, called Sky Hookah. I met my little sister up there.
Sky,
Never been there. So I'm sitting, I go meet her, I sit in there. I'm hearing the music and it's mixed. I'm like, oh, that must got a mix on. I look by the bar and I see a DJ. So I waited for a minute. I go get up and, hey, man, how you doing? You know, Mr. Wild Up, you know, I DJ over at Onyx. He didn't know what Onyx was. He's a white guy. He was cool. DJ, shout out DJ Elevate. He was like, where's Onyx? I was like, man, it's a strip club. It's over there by Sam's Boat on Richmond. He was like, oh, okay. I was like, man, you got a card or anything? He gave me his card. I said, man, I'm going to send you some music because I'm an artist also. So he's like, all right, cool. So I sat down. I emailed them the records. Now, mind you, I just met him. Don't know him, nothing.
Yeah.
I didn't go back and bother him nothing. About 10 minutes later, I heard one of the songs I sent him. And another 10 minutes later, another song I sent him. He played Walk Dead. He's like, man, I heard the Walk Dead record before. I'm like, yeah, well, that's me.
Yeah, that's me.
So now I done built a relationship with him.
Yeah.
So now I told him, I said, now I know what the spot is. So now I'm going to start coming, you know, to support.
Show love.
Show love. So, like, that's how, you know, it don't take... It don't take a lot to build a relationship with nobody. You know, relationships is worth more than money, and I say that every day. A lot of things that I've gotten done is off of a relationship versus, hey man, look, I got $5,000. Can you do this for me? Because once your money out, then they out.
Relationship. Yep. We read that on a book the other day, and it said exactly what you said. It talked about how relationships last longer than money does, because for the same reason that you said, once the money's gone,
the money gone, that's
gone.
That's like when you getting bullied and the bully take your lunch money. He take your lunch money all the time. So as long as you paying him, he not gonna beat you up. Yeah. But the second you stop paying him, he back to beating you up. Yeah. So like you gotta pick and choose. You want to be one of the ones that's paying people to do stuff and they just getting paid to do it. They just getting paid to do it. Versus you got a real relationship with that person. Like, I still got a relationship with DJs when I first started rapping. You know, and they might not be DJing no more, but they still support my music. I mean, I'm just checking on. I see you doing your thing. And woo, woo, woo. So it's just like,
And that goes back to what we said earlier about being approachable. You know, it helps you with networking and like you said, it just opens so many other doors than just being a asshole to people because you got money. And like you said, once that money gone,
everybody else gone. Everybody else gonna treat you like the asshole you was acting like because you had your money.
Yeah.
So you know, I ain't.
So we were talking about earlier as well. You know, we just said how you've worked with Trae, right? Am I correct with that?
Trae's like family. Like that's like we haven't yet to do a song, but he always tells me like, send me something, I got you. And I be like, all right, but I be having to find the right song for Trae because of what I do. But Trae just like, man, little bro, just send me whatever. But I grew up with Trae. His hype man actually, Clip D, was actually like my big brother. So it's just like I was pretty much in the circle of ABN and my entire time doing, you know, music at first. You know, a lot of people, they knew me, but you know, I was doing music, so you know, I was always with them.
Yeah.
You know, so but Trae family at the end of the day. So it's just like anything Trae need, whether it's a project or he need me to play some music or work a record or something, Trae will call me. Like Trae funny though. It's just like Trae got one of those voices like you just gotta listen close because he called me one night I was working and he was like, it was loud. I mean, hello. What's up, big bro? What's up? What you doing? I was like, what? He was like, I'm gonna call you when you get off work. Just call when you get off work. I was like, all right. So you know, he got one of them voices. But Trae always supports me. Like I don't care what it is. Trae always support me, and I always rock with Trae. Like I never like one thing for sure, two things for certain. I never turn my back on family. And you know, like a lot of people, you know. And you know, we were saying it earlier. Trae don't get his just due out here as much as he does. He is our Nipsey. Whether people believe it or not, he is our Nipsey. When it started raining and flooding, Trae was the first person going to help people, help people get out the water.
He was the first one out there.
The first one running out there. When it flooded, he got flooded at his house. That last big hurricane we had, he got a boat and he started going around. He's still helping people to this day. You know, and that's the thing why I don't understand like. It's like, it's not even like now he's starting to really get his just due. You know, Channel 13 posting, Channel 26 show love. Trae's out here helping the people and they show him love. You know what I'm saying? So it's just like you got to respect that at the end of the day. You know, because he doing stuff that nobody, like he just paid for the kids' graduation.
I saw that, yes.
You know, and like who else did that y'all looking up to?
Yeah, because that's one thing that I wanted to touch on. Like you said, we talked about it earlier, how he doesn't get he doesn't get the respect he deserves as far as what he does for the city of Houston. You know, with how Nipsey got so much respect for what he did for his city. Yeah. And obviously, you know, he recently passed and people were coming out like, you know, people from Houston, how much he's done for us. Yeah. But it's sad that you have to die for that to happen.
For people to pay attention to you, you know, even with Trae Day. Trae been doing Trae Day for the last, almost been like 8-9 years. And he always bring all the celebrities in town. All the celebrities come at free concert. He giving kids school supplies, backpacks. He gave away a Power Wheel the other year. And he do a lot, and a lot of people overlook Trae. So it's just like, Trae ain't had a hit. It ain't about the hits or whatever. Trae got a plethora of hits, so he ain't worried about that now. He trying to rebuild and uplift the city where he from, just like every other major rapper in their city.
So I know he's a cool dude, man. Just simply because we covered this event last, I think it was March or April. I don't even remember. I think early March actually. We covered an event for SPM, the Mexican Lifts tour, and Trae performed, and one of my boys that has he has an agency where, you know, he books events and whatnot. Yeah. And I was there, and then he got to perform. He's also an artist, and he took one of his photographers, Drea. Shout out to Drea. And she was out there just, you know, taking pictures of them performing or whatnot. And we get home or whatever, and later on that night we get a text from her, and she's like, "Hey y'all, like Trae just picked me up. I showed him a picture that I sent him, and he's showing love. He wants me to work for him." So now Drea just from one event, that's his photographer now, and it's like, it's dope that you know what, I see you out here doing your thing. I like your work. Like, let me help you
But
out.
he do that. But Trae always been like that. It's kind of, in my eyes, it's kind of messed up. Like all the artists he helped don't show love like that no more, cause they feel like they gonna catch backlash or whatever.
Yeah.
But like I said, like I told him, and he know it. I said, man, I never turn my back. Like I don't care what. You ain't got to rock with me at the end of the day. But I know I still got the fans I got and the people that do know me. I've always been the coolest dude. Like I've never came in nobody's sideways. I've never had any real intentional beefs. But I've never gave no one a reason not to like me.
Not to like it, yeah.
If
they don't like it, that's on them.
That's on them.
That's on them.
Like you got your own hostilities versus me, and I don't know, but you won't tell me why you don't like me. You just like, man, I don't like Wired Up, man. He didn't play my record, or he asked. I asked him for a verse, and he never did the verse. But that's your own fault if you don't like me because of those reasons. But have a valid reason.
It's like I'm busy, man. I got other stuff going on.
You know what I'm saying? Have a valid reason why you don't like me. Don't have it on no business reason why you don't like me.
So speaking about your records, you recently put out Walked In. We were talking about it. And you did a music video for it. We also talked about the music video, how it ends and how it starts. What kind of reaction have you been getting from the fans and the people that listen to the song?
Man, Walked In. That's my put it in there all over again.
Yeah.
That's my put it in all over again. Because when I dropped Walked In, I dropped Walked In March 1st, 2017. So it's really been like 2 years since it's been out. So now, it's like now the song, like, most songs take at least a year, 2 years to really just get to a point where people just like, everybody knows it.
Everybody rocking with it, yeah.
So like now that's my put it in there all over again because everybody loves Walk In. When I had Tammy Roman making videos singing Walked In, then you got TJ DJs, he like Walked In. All these celebrities like Walked In because it's a fun record. Like you got to think when you walk in a club and you hear your song on, you got a certain way you walk in when you hear the song.
Yeah.
So that's how I pretty much came up with Walked In, and I did it. It was so crazy how I had because the Walked In hook wasn't. It was just Walked In at first. And when I was writing it, like I wrote on a sheet of paper that just said Walked In.
Walked In.
And I was like, man, I can't just say Walked In. The whole time I got to add some other stuff in it. So it's just it's a fun record. The kids pick up on it. And like I told you earlier, I got an all female version. I got nine females on Walk.
Nice.
All I did was the hook. And me and the team, when we first got together, we was actually working on the remix. And so somebody said, why don't you do one with, they was like doing the remix. So a lot of people was tagging women. So me and my manager talking, we was like, why don't we do an all-female version? And so everybody was like, yeah, do that. Because the last person to do an all-female version of a song was Bun B from Houston. The last one outside of Houston was Ludacris. You know what I'm saying? Nobody ever takes the chance to take their hit record and just let the female spaz out on it. You know what I'm saying? So I have who on the record? I got Rabbit Queen, Boss Lady J, Jazz Anderson, Rochelle Gemini, Mozzie Monet, Cat St. John, Surreal, Gooch, Bossy, Fire, and I made a little roster. It's long. It's like 9 minutes long, but they all dope in their own way. So it was just like, let y'all do y'all thing on it. So like hopefully when I drop it, other male artists take key to that. Like now, because like right now the women in Houston is killing it right now. With Megan and you got Kinderman and everybody killing it right now. So it's just like I don't want it to look like, oh, why don't put this together because the women high. Nah, I actually had the She Mix done last year. So I'm just now putting it out now. Yeah. So it's just like.
And that comes June 9th? No, when did you say it comes out?
June 1st.
June 1st.
Next Saturday.
Next Saturday.
It'll be online. It'll be online everywhere next Saturday.
All right. And all streaming services.
Yeah, everything is gonna be streaming. So y'all gonna see the promo for it. Because it's and we actually getting the video actually together for it. So we actually gonna shoot the video for the She Mix too. So I'm handling everything with that right now, trying to get that together so we shoot the video.
And another record that you put out was Cool Down, correct?
Cool Down, yeah, Cool Down. Cool Down, I wrote Cool Down because I was writing and I got mad. I got mad because had a split second of writer's block. And I told myself, I said, cool on down, little nigga, cool down. And so I was like, and my DJ, who was also my producer, Jay Black, who produced it, he had sent me the beat. And I was already listening to the beat, so I was like, go ahead and write this real cool on down, little nigga on that. And I was like, well, there you go. I had another one. That's why I said a lot of the records I be writing is just like stuff that be happening to me or is going on right now, you know. So that's why I like to have fun with it. I got mad that quick, wrote a hook, and then back door and wrote 3 other records because I came up with this one record. So it worked out, you know. And
any music videos in the works for that, or is that just the track that you put out?
We getting the music video together for that. Cause I told them everybody like, man, you need to do it at the club. I was like, nah, I'm not doing it at the club. I'm shooting it in a walk-in freezer. I want to shoot the whole video on a walk-in freezer. They like, in a walk-in freezer, a walk-in freezer.
Cool
It's
down.
gonna be cool. I know. That's why trust me. I'm gonna have on a jacket and the hoodie, gloves, shoot the whole video in a cooler, a walk-in freezer, or something.
Yeah.
I don't want to do no club. All my videos got to be different now. So it's just, I don't want to do the club. I don't want to do the parking lot. I don't want, the corner store. I don't want to do all that stuff. So
do something different.
Do something different to make people look at you.
Yeah. So if you were not involved in the music industry, what would you be doing?
I'd probably be working at Walmart. I ain't gonna lie to y'all. I'd probably have a overnight stocking job at Walmart or something if I would. Or because before while I was doing music, when I first started doing, I was actually a waiter. I was a server. I did serve. I worked at IHOP. I worked at Subway. I worked at Smoothie King. I worked at Kohl's. I worked at when Astrowear was open. My first job was Astrowear. I worked at McDonald's. I'd had so many jobs. Like I could do a lot of things. So I mean. I think I'd be at Walmart if that's the case. Then I'd be overnight stocking. So just leave it at that.
Yeah. All right. Well, shit. Do you have any? We know you have the She Mix coming out. Do you have any upcoming projects in the works?
We dropping Corona Chronicles June the 9th. If anybody knows me, y'all know I love Coronas. That's why it's called
# no free promos. But he is drinking a Corona.
Corona Chronicles. We put that. We actually put it together. I have Trilly Pokes on there. I have Dante Higgins. I have Under Gravity. I have T.O.D. But it's like Corona Chronicles. That's every song on there. You go hear something about Coronas in the song.
Yeah.
So that's just it was just a branch off of Tip Eye Confessions. So. We got together because I actually have, of course, I have Jay Black. He produced on it. DJ Chose, DJ Chose and Fat Pimp is actually on it also. Chose produced on it. Mr. Hanky produced on it. Cole Red produced on it. The Wave Mechanics, which is Fred on them, they produced on it. So I really just I'm got a lot of music I'm trying to get out. So Corona Chronicles is the first baby.
All right, so you mentioned a couple artists that is featured on this track that. Obviously Trilly Poke came out. We started getting our attention when he came out with the Southside Still Holding.
Yep.
We got the opportunity to meet him. Very electric dude, man. And earlier we were talking about being approachable and showing love. And when you were saying that, that's what was coming to my head. I was like, shit, like Trilly Poke. We went to an event where he didn't even perform, but he was there strictly to show love. That's fucking dope, man. Because like we were saying, a lot of people don't do that for whatever reason. So when you were telling me that I was like, shit, that sounds like Trilly Poke, man.
That's my dog, man. Me and Trilly actually working on the EP, and people don't know that y'all the first ones to hear about that.
There you go, breaking news.
So we I gave like when Trilly first started popping, he didn't know a lot of things to do. Like he didn't know where to put his music online. He didn't know this because nobody was he was doing everything by himself. Nobody was telling them what to do. So when he came to the studio we was working, I just like, hey man, do this, man. Go to this website, put your stuff up, do this. My manager was giving the advice, and ever since then, Trilly business mind been on a whole nother plateau. Like when I told him, I said, man, you put your stuff online, you can go to TuneCore. Put your stuff on TuneCore. He's like, I'm gonna check it out. He put his album on TuneCore. He saw all his numbers spike up when everybody started going download, and he saw it. But I like I say, I always want to help people that want to be helped.
Yeah.
You know, to give people advice that don't know. If you don't have nobody in your corner to help you to know anything, then, you know, it's always good to have somebody to give you some advice, to at least give you some right direction in what to do.
Yeah.
You know, so it's just like Trilly, that's my dog.
Trilly cool dude, man. Like I said, you know, we met him once, and but you just get that good vibe from him.
Yeah, all the time.
Another group that you mentioned that's on the track that also we met, and from the moment we seen them, we're like, they're different. Their style is dope. T.O.D.
Man,
T.O.D.
Tally and Son. I just talked to Tally this morning. Yeah, but I actually met them. I met them when they was actually a 3-piece girl group. When they was with Matthew Knows, I met them through there, and then we crossed paths again at a show we had together. And ever since then, like we tough. Like them my movie going buddies. I like watching movies. We all go to the movies together and watch a movie and just watch a bunch of movies together. So I got them on the record's called Get a Bag. It's produced by Mr. Hankey, who did, you know, Smile and California and all that. You know, that was my first producer.
Yeah.
That's who produced Put It in the Air.
Oh, dope.
So that's who produced Put It in the Air. He produced.
Still messing with him. That's dope, man.
So we linked back up, and he sent me some beats, and I did the record. And when I was writing to Get a Bag, I said, man, I gotta put somebody on this record. First thing came to mind was T.O.D.
Yeah.
So I called Tally, told Tally they came to the studio, and I was like, well, this is the hook. I'm gonna do the first part of the hook, and Sonny, you do the second part of the hook. That way, I got it going back and forth. So then you got Tally rapping on it, you got Sonny rapping on it, Tally singing on it, then I'm rapping on it. But the track came out dope, like dope.
Yeah.
So.
That's what's up, man. We'll make sure to keep our ears open for that, because, like I said, we fuck with their music, man. So we just talked about, you know, T.O.D., Trilly. Obviously, they've gotten their name out there. But in your opinion, who is an H-Town artist that, or not just H-Town, but who's an artist that you feel the streets are sleeping on right now?
Man, it's a lot of artists. People's like, it's a lot, like especially in Houston. It's a lot of dope artists, but it's like it's like when people get that first little notoriety of a song, then you stop doing what you was doing to get the notoriety, you know. So I be telling them, like, man, once people start doing your song, you gotta go everywhere now. You have to take that song to where everybody knows it, wherever you go.
Yeah.
Some artists take the advice, some artists don't.
Yeah.
You know, so, but it's like, you know, artists that I think, let me see. I'm gonna just speak on Texas. Of course, Trilly. A lot of people sleep on Trilly.
Yeah.
And Trilly got some dope music.
I felt like an asshole when I met him, because I knew who he was, but it was, I don't know, it was the first events that we covered, and then I started talking to him, and I was like, you know, you being an up-and-comer. I was like, hell no, he's not an up-and-comer, man. Like
he done been on 2 remixes, 2 big remixes, like, and then, you know, he's really, to me, people sleep on Trilly.
Yeah, man,
They sleep on
talented,
Trilly.
man.
Him, who else you got? It's an artist out of, not even slept on, it's an artist out of Dallas, Erica Banks. I've been working Erica music out here, and Erica's dope. Like, rapping, dope, you know. Then you got, you know, Boss Lady J. People sleep on Boss Lady J. Gooch is making her name now. She made, like, people were sleeping on Gooch, but now Gooch waking them up now.
Yeah.
So, you know, they sleeping on her. It's another artist, Rapping Queen. They sleeping on Rapping Queen because Rapping Queen makes some dope, good music. She gives me the Brat vibe. She gives me the Brat vibe when she raps. So, you got him. Who else? It's so many artists I work with, and it's just like, again, some people take the advice, like, go everywhere with your music. Like, it might be old in your city, but it's new to the world.
Yeah.
You know, so it's just like, it's a lot of dope artists. But them like the ones like I really see, like, people were sleeping on them. They still kind of sleeping on, but now they starting to shake that tree. So now you like, what's going on over there? And you paying attention to them now. Like, people still sleep on me.
Yeah.
You know, people just leave on me. I'm like, I don't know why y'all sleeping on me. I got a
I've been putting in work, man.
I got a bag of hits. I don't know what y'all talking about, but I let them sleep till they get to hearing stuff. Like, man, I heard you on a record. Heard you on such and such record. Man, you went off on there. I know.
I'm trying to tell y'all.
I do the same thing on my records, but it took me to be on somebody else's record. Oh, okay, well,
Yeah.
But it when stuff like that happen, then they go look at my music. They go start like, let me wide up, see what he working on. And they go listen to stuff, you know. So now, Corona Chronicles finna drop. I'm finna wake up everybody. I wake up everybody with that. They already like, I knew you was gonna name it something with some Coronas.
Well, there you go.
There you go. But I'm gonna give you everything on that project that it's a Mr. Wilder project. Like it's it's everything. Every song on there is relatable to me. It's relatable to other people. You know, yeah, you might not drink Coronas. We understand that. You know, but the music itself, you know, the content, everything, it's relatable to people.
Yeah.
You know, like I said, I have fun with my music. There's no depressing song on none of my projects. There's no depressing song. Whether it's a slow record or not, it's not a depressing song.
My name is Mr. Wired Up, damn it. I'm going to get you wired up.
Yeah, my name is Mr. Wired Up, man. I'm going to give y'all this song real fast. Like,
for the club.
Yeah, for the club. Let's get it. Yeah. Nah, that ain't me.
You know, for the people that we're trying to wake up, where can they find you in social media and where can they find your music?
Man, let me go back. Back up. Instagram, Twitter, Mr. Wired Up, oh boy. Make sure y'all go subscribe to my YouTube channel, Mr. Wired Up, oh boy. Facebook, Mr. Wired Up. MySpace is still Mr. Wired Up. I just started really jumping onto the Triller thing. So I got that going because of Tip Out Confessions. So like Tip Out Confessions is like my Instagram TV show of what people see me at Onyx in the locker room with all the girls. So like that's blowing up right now. Pretty much everything Mr. Wired Up. You know, all my music on all digital sites. Everything. Apple, Tidal, Spotify, YouTube Music, Napster, wherever it's some songs that
I still trip out when people say Napster.
I've been tripping out.
When I think of Napster, I'm like, dog, I was like
in LimeWire. It's about Napster and LimeWire. You know Napster still going? They ain't shut y'all down yet?
Yeah, man. Well, shit. Before we let you go, we talked about this.
Yeah.
To drop this freestyle. You ready?
I'm ready. Let's get it. It's wild up.
DJ Hopper.
Benzes and coupes, I'm riding slab now. H-time to the track, you know where I am now. Mr. Wired Up, shake like shouted. Still rock a powder, but it's gon' cost 40. Strippers and Coronas on payroll. Nobody move till I say so. Yeah, that's the meaning of the payroll. Superstar status in the making, I'm a G9. Everybody looking at me, kids wanna be me now. I showed up, pulled up with these double cups. 2 twins in the back, know what I'm throwing up. Hoods everywhere, they rockin' with me, you ain't gotta ask. Keep all the money in the stash in that backpack. Prada bag, all my bitches bad, you better ask about me. Cool little nigga, level head and they don't tax about me. I been getting money for a while and that's the bag about me. Just to ease off a big let me brag about me. Still dropping hits like fumbles, you niggas mumble. I just speak up when I talk, stay humble. Cool level head little dude, I rock a fool. Still eating tracks just like food and swimming pools. Still diving in head first, going in, call the nurse. Hit my head in reverse while I'm driving the car to turf. Showed up, hold up, I say hold up. Screw slowed it down, and Watson said throw it up. Now I'm looking good in the hood. Still riding slabs, I repeat a big house, a fat pack. I'm living lavish in the big old house with the crib and the new dog. Ain't nobody can't tell me that I can't ball. Now I'm just like Harden with the step back, a cream shake. Now let me take that step back. Keen Elijah one with the shake back. Take that. I just feel like Puppy and Mace tell him to take that. Yeah, I'm still coolin' these niggas, still schooling them, showing what I'm doing on the pillar, still coolin' them. Hot boy around on tracks, you better stay down. I'm the same one that told everybody to lay down. Put it in the air was a hit. Now I walked in, cool on down, little nigga. When I walked in, bankroll all in my pocket, let it sink in. Still getting money, blowing up on the 310. Yeah, I'm rolling up, pouring up, showing up, I'm how I'm doing it. Everybody say that boy really could do it. Now I'm showing up, Coronas in the backpack, still on trucks. I'm sitting 26 inches off the ground. Got a bitch better than the 2-year-old right now. You know what I'm saying? I ain't playing, boy. Boy, they can't stop me. Beat the beat up like rocket, they try to knock me. Fell off one time, came back, and then I left them. Still smoking blunts off the back, they try to trap them. Now they can't trap me, ain't nobody speaking on him. I was with her and her, I wasn't eating with him. Now I'm riding around in a 2-seater with 4 freaks, getting hit, bobbing the music. That's about 4 weeks. Now I'm on 610, doing 225, dawg. Doing donuts on 59 when I crown, dawg. Now I'm crawling the door like a slide. You ain't gotta hide, I was jumping out of the ride. When I slip and slide, candy paint still drip off. They be like, who is that? Nah, that ain't my dog sauce. I be walking though, I be jumping out of the whip, still keep it on me. Still got shooters like Booker and Curry riding on them. You ain't gotta ask why I'm rocking, I be cooling on them. She ain't gotta ask what I'm doing, I'm pursuing on her. Baby got a big old booty, I'ma grab it too. She ain't gotta ask what I'm on, still on them too. Rolling, 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 I ain't slept in weeks. That's my dog Fat Pimp, we did that shit on some freaks. Me and Cho still getting stuff. Still going back to back in them Bentley trucks. I'm still chasing that platinum platinum. You ain't gotta ask why this other nigga say he whack. They ain't having it still.
Boy, another time.